it's time to review an early career designer's portfolio. I'm Megan Thomas, and I'm a senior UX designer with over 9 years of experience, mostly in enterprise software, but also with startups. And I've also done a lot of contract work, so I've seen companies big and small. I've also taught 3 cohorts of the UX UI Bootcamp at UC Berkeley, a 6-month/24-week UX UI bootcamp where we go through UX research, UX design, UI design, information architecture, web development, all of it, you name it. I've had the privilege of teaching and mentoring over 300 early career designers as they make a career shift into the UX industry. I'm particularly excited about mentoring early career designers, and I started this portfolio review series because I don't see anything like it out there. My goal with this review is to share my impression of the portfolio, what I see as a senior designer, and give some actionable feedback for things that you can do to improve your portfolio as you look for a job in the UX industry. I do this in a very stream of consciousness kind of way. I share my screen. It's like a cognitive walkthrough. I will talk through what I see and what I'm thinking as I go through at least one case study. Now remember, my opinion is just mine, and I think you should get at least 3 opinions on your portfolio before making any major changes. I would also love to encourage any designer of any level to weigh in on this video and on my portfolio review, because I think this is how we learn together. I believe a rising tide lifts all boats, so let's succeed together. All right, with that, let's get started. Hey friends, I'm excited that you're joining me again today for another early career designer's portfolio review. I have been granted permission by the wonderful AJ for looking through their portfolio, and I'm so excited to do so. This is fun because I'm getting real web developer vibes. How about that? So AJ, thanks so much for letting me review your portfolio. Let me minimize my face and let's make the star of the show, Austin AJ Edelman. So AJ says that they are a UX strategist and designer seeking a role where they can leverage extensive design experience to create exceptional user experiences that drive business growth. We gotta love that business growth. Also really interesting that you've got companies I've collaborated with on here. There's lots of thoughts out in the UX world about whether or not to include this. I don't personally have a preference. I do kind of give a weird side eye because I'm just like, how exactly did we work with some of these folks? But that doesn't mean anything because I don't know and I don't have context, but just know that some folks think it's, oh gosh, I'm not even going to go on a wild tangent because now I don't remember how many videos I've seen, but just know that people have questions. And if this isn't the first thing you want them to have questions about on your portfolio, maybe put it a little bit lower on the website. Right now, it feels like, are these companies that you've done UX design for, web design for? How is that in context to what it is that you're seeking? Let's scroll down a little bit. Featured projects, component-based design system. I led the design and development of a component-based design system to be integrated into an existing digital platform. Curious, but also not something that makes me just go, let me click through and find out more. Can you tell me something that is more not interesting? That sounds like a really shitty thing to say. Tell me something that's more interesting. Write it. If you're going to use this kind of visual style, I would lean into making it really compelling and marketing feeling. So it feels like the brief click through, and I didn't keep it on the recording, but I've already clicked through and looked at your resume. So you have experience. You are not a brand new, just cracked from the egg designer, right? So I feel like you can lean into that more. What's exciting about this? Tell me something that makes me click into it. This is giving magazine article, so give me something real tempting to dig into. Not the, I led the design and development of a component-based design system, but have you ever wondered what happens when you implement a brand new component-based design system into an existing digital platform that did not previously have a design system? Chaos! Give me something exciting to lean into so that I want to click on this. Otherwise, I'm just component-based design system. Yay! Nobody cares about the components. That's the stuff we create. That's the outputs. What's the outcome? I recently read Outcomes Over Output, aligned with my business's, my company's OKR system, and it's all making clicky magic in my brain. So I'm really leaning into this. Automotive site homepage redesign. Collaborated with product and tech leaders to reimagine the homepage experience of a large automotive website. Reimagine it How? For what? Who's here? What do they want to click on? Why does it need to be reimagined? What's so interesting about this new reimagining versus the old one? Is there any difference in the number of click-throughs, the number of people who bought cars, the number of people who invented their dream car using this platform? Give me something to draw me in. Otherwise, it's kind of not exciting. You can do better. I know you can. Shire Woodware, website revision. Okay, Shire Woodware. I'm like, wait, is this software from the Shire? Is this software for hobbits? Tell me more. You oversaw a group of designers, researchers, and data analysts to enhance Shire Woodware's e-commerce site. Now I'm deeply curious, strictly because I'm nosy and I love hobbits, says Filthy Hobbit says. Yeah, I feel like there's something that's interesting in here. Like, we increased overseeing a group of designers, researchers, and data analysts. We enhanced Shire Woodware's e-commerce site with sales of over 112% in 2 days. Something. Give me that. Go to ChatGPT. You do not need to be a marketing genius to write all these yourselves. Take it over to ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, you are a career blah, blah, you're a web designer with over 20 years. You're a marketer with over 20 years of experience. Here's what I did for this project. Give me 5 examples of compelling clickbaity headlines that I can use for my case studies. Boom, there you go. There's your headlines. Do not recreate the wheel yourself, but make this interesting. Mobile banking app feature edition. Collaborated with cross-disciplinary groups. This is like, you have the stuff. It's just not interesting. So that's the first thing. Let's bring some magic to this. AJ, I know you have some magic in there within you. I want to know what makes you tick. So I'm going to go over and click on the About page. So you're a UX designer and researcher seeking a role where I can leverage my extensive experience. Oh, nice. Okay, I wonder if you built this yourself, because this is fantastic. Now I'm going to go view page source. I didn't mean to inspect. Because it's really a cool build that you got going on here. Oh, I think you did this yourself, which, good for you. Cloudflare, anything I recognize that tells me that this is not load plugins, blah, 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 stuff and stuff. All right, I'm not going to dig into this too far, but if you built this, fantastic. You've done a great job. Component-based design system. All right, so one of the things that I'm noticing about your portfolio itself, and this could be like your vibe that you're leaning into, so please do not let me and my like perspective on aesthetics, because I'm not a UI designer, I'm a UX designer. I will get you 20%, 80% of the way towards like a pixel perfect UI. I don't do those final design tweaks. So like, I'm giving you my perspective on what I see here, but this is not to be like everybody sees this. I'm seeing 2008 WordPress kind of vibes, and I'm not mad. It's just kind of like, is that the intention? In which case, maybe we could lean into it even more. I'm not totally certain here. Is this you, or did we get pictures off of Unsplash? I'm not mad. Either way, I like it. If this is Design System Digital Platform, this is on flights. So now I'm just nosy. Now I'm just digging in because you're using pictures. I'm excited. Research and analysis. All right, right here. Too many words. This is too many words. The hiring managers are like, oh God, this guy's going to talk forever. That's literally what they're going to think. I love that you've got this. This is fantastic. But what's more important to me than a screenshot of a spreadsheet? Results. What's the difference? So we conducted a comprehensive analysis. Key takeaways and a major pain point. Teams have a lot of elements commonly used, but they don't have an easy way for them to be used without completely reproducing them for each instance. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks to my own experience where everybody recreated everything every single time, and it was amazing. Oh God, I'm sorry. Lack of unification in the design and development process. There has got to be an interesting way to show what you did, because I'm getting really like conducted comprehensive analysis of existing design elements, collaborated closely with development teams to ensure integration of these new modular components. This is very much reading like a long format resume. So where's a little bit more of the show don't tell, and this is all stuff that you're going to talk about when it comes to actually doing that presentation where you get in front of people and it's a group and you're like, here's how I did, the portfolio presentation interview part. This is your talking points. This isn't your case study. Okay, it's not a terribly long case study, so this is awesome. Snippets from the design system. security compliance and trade secret protection. Okay, some of examples of these designs can be shared upon request. All right, AJ, you and I both know that components are components no matter what design system they're in. So unless you have created some sort of like, I can turn off the rocket, I can do a rapid unscheduled disassembly for the rocket from a specific component that is totally unique to this system, you're going to be able to show some of these components. So this feels a little bit like we're leaning on not wanting to show and like just ask me questions about what I did. And this makes a hiring manager, or at least some people that I have met and talked to about their experience reviewing this, they're like not that interested because they have to work too hard to find out information from you. So what I want to know is the successful integration of this component-based design system improved design consistency and efficiency, and it fostered collaboration across the digital platform. All right, let's make that a little bit more human. Tell me about one particular component. Maybe it's something complex like a date picker. A date picker does not need to be recreated for setting up an appointment and also scheduling delivery of an item to a warehouse. It doesn't need to be recreated for let me set up a calendar invite. Like it doesn't need to be recreated on all these things. So show me, even if you only have to give me the broad sketchy version, like here's the high fidelity date picker inside a super low fidelity screen because we're NDA, we can't show anything of that. But show me the different instances where it might be used, maybe even the instances where it was recreated and you can see that they're ever so slightly different, but like unique, but they're clearly created separately by separate people. Show me this and then tell me like a metric, like how much design time was saved, how rapidly were the iterations, did it normally take you 3 months to make to present the first section and then another 2 months to iterate on it, and then after we've implemented this design system it takes less than 2 weeks or only 2 days? Those are metrics that a hiring manager wants to know that, oh, so what you did, even if you can't talk about it because it's under NDA, what you did had an impact on my business. It will help me run my team better. It will help me deliver product to the customers faster. It will help me report up to my stakeholders and the people who are like paying my paycheck. They'll know that I hired the right person because of what you did. So this case study, give me some more interesting things. How many things went from in process to complete and in what time? Did you reduce the amount of time that things were in process? Did you reduce the amount of time that a particular component or page spent in the to be converted status? Like these are metrics and you don't have to show me any of this. I want to see like this right here. This is not a helpful visual. Number of elements converted, 8 in a 2-day period, 1-day period. Like this is not communicating meaning. Give me meaning. Just one example of one component and how it traveled through the process and improved your system. That would be valuable. All right, now I'm dying to look at Shirewood. Shirewood, handmade, bespoke. Ooh, charcuterie boards. Okay, first of all, I love a charcuterie board. I am actually a pro at making them. We got an increase in CTRs, click-through rates. An increase in click-through rate. We want to assume that everybody knows that we're all speaking the same language. Don't assume that in your case studies, especially if they're recruiter facing, hiring manager facing. That click-through rate, marketing people know. Do development people know that? Not necessarily. Let's see, e-commerce experience, worked with the business and design team to conduct a competitive analysis as well as determine key pain points to decide which pages within the user flow would have, it's some case of the Mondays or whatever. Sorry, I got stuck in there. All right. Increasing conversion by around 14% over what period of time? As measured by what? An increase is great, but like, give me some context. We conducted user research. Again, you're repeating some of the things to say, determine key pain points. We could tighten up the language. Not everybody's a writer. So like, here's something that you need to know. Like, this is not criticism of you as a writer. I spent years and years and years. I thought I was going to be like a professional writer before I fell into the careers that I have been into. know that that's not for everybody. And I am dead serious. Like ChatGPT, generative AI, if you don't have someone who can literally be a content designer and go, okay, you're writing this for hiring managers to understand how you work. If you don't have a content designer to help you do that, and not it, like it's a whole job in and of itself. So you know this. So leverage the tools that you do have. Literally, I use ChatGPT all the time because I think it's absolutely amazing. But my favorite part is asking it to help me figure out metrics that are measurable that I wouldn't otherwise think about. So how can you describe this in a way that hiring managers and stakeholders, because you're looking at a higher level job than most people whose portfolio I review, because you've already worked in teams, you've worked on websites, you know what this stuff is. You've got to convey it at a higher level, basically, to stand out. No products were visible above the fold. Customers get confused and concerned during checkout as an image of the product that they were trying to purchase was not visible. Yeah, that makes sense. Product naming conventions are cumbersome and confused. I may or may not have been in situations where you're like, okay, y'all, we have to stop using this convention. It's not working. Okay. We did competitor analysis. What was the method that you used? Was it a SWOT analysis? Give me just a little bit more detail to say that you know what tool is appropriate to apply to what situation. Key pain points. Heuristic audit of the existing site. Love it. You're talking my language. Determine where improvements could be made. From there, I created wireframes while working closely with my team to determine new page layouts and the overall look and feel of the revisions. A/B testing. Honestly, you can give me a visual of, again, this is going to take some extra time, but go into Figma, what Framer, whatever it is that you use, and create those A/B testing, or show me a screenshot of like a blurred out back end of Usability Hub or whatever it is that you decide. Listena, I think is what it's called now. Show me how you created it. Did you change tell me more about this A/B testing, because people do A/B testing wrong. Are you doing the entire page? Was it just the wording of the CTA? Was it the button color? Was it the button shape, the size, the context around it? Like, what did you test exactly? And that tells me that you not only understand how to write for a user experience, you also understand how to test your work, how to communicate your results to stakeholders in a way that shows that you made meaningful results. So give me individual increases in click-through rates between 10 and 40% and an overall increase in conversion by around 14%. This totally is the same repeat of information right here. So tell me more. Reduction in time to the first interaction with the page. Amazing. That right there could even be a GIF of like a mouse, like a screen loading, and then like a timer ticking up, and then a mouse moving, like something like that, to give me some engagement and understanding what's going on. Same homepage, search and results page, product pages, checkout. Like, yes, okay, cool. Now you've actually gotten me some pictures here. Hold up. I was worried I wasn't going to get any. So product pages, right-hand side, doing increase space for imagery. No. I want to see these pictures beside this content. First of all, for cognitive overload, it breaks the page up a little bit. So show each of these individually. And since you've been using big pictures and full width text, this is appropriate to break down, like the home page here. This content right here can be on the left-hand side, and then your home page, original and revised. Also, I freaking love, giant text on big pictures, vibrant pictures. I don't know why. I love it. So really cool difference here. And you've made things a little bit more visible. I love this. Is probably what showed on the original page. And then people were like, oh, I guess I click on shop now, right? And this doesn't, it does increase. Good. So they probably clicked here and didn't see any of this, but this is so much more engaging. Honestly, I like this. Ooh, live edge. Ooh, I love all of this. I really need it. I don't need a new charcuterie board. What am I talking about? Oh, wait. And then that's it. That's it. All right. Give me these 4 things side by side with their examples, because these are fantastic examples. I love that you can pop them up side by side and look at the differences. And then I want to see some takeaways. Like, what were those click-through rates? Give me your a favorite, most exciting metric. We were excited because it empowered the marketing team to build a new push or a new marketing campaign. God, the word's failing me. A new marketing campaign to drive attraction for these acacia like wood boards or something. Show me that it empowered someone else. Something that you did empowered someone else to drive impact for the business. Tell me more. I really love it. Oh, those are cute. So prototypes, resume, about. Are those supposed to? Oh, those are very similar in color. AJ, I really like this. I don't feel like I got context for these, but I'm sure that's something that someone might ask you or tell you more or ask you for more context about. But I think you did a really good job. I think this is a really straightforward project-based portfolio, and I feel like you can add just a little bit more zhuzh to it and see a lot more action. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for the opportunity to go through your portfolio. This was a blast, and I'm excited to see more of what you do. Let me know if you made any changes to this, especially to those like marketing headlines. I really want some clickbaity stuff to make people go, "Oh, I want to click on that case study." Anyhow, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks so much. And if anyone listening, has gotten any value out of this, please leave a comment. Let AJ know what you liked about their portfolio. Reach out and connect with them on LinkedIn. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. And there is a link down below in the contents. I still am not good at this YouTube thing, but there's a link down below if you'd like a portfolio review. They are free. They are just seriously, I want to give and empower more early career designers to be as powerful as possible in probably the worst job market I've seen in my life. You're here. You're awesome. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.